Hi guys, and welcome to this short project in Python on how to write or how to create a calculator in Python. So as you can see on my screen, I have 46 lines of code. So that's all it's going to take. This lesson to create a calculator in Python is just going to take 46 short lines of code. So I have it here on my screen open in Jupyter Notebook. Now, projects 1 and 2 of this series showed you how to download, install, and set up Jupyter Notebooks. So if you're unsure of how to do that, go back to project 1 or 2, take your pick, and install Jupyter Notebooks now. If you are not using Jupyter Notebooks, that's perfectly okay. All the code that we have here will work in other code editors such as Visual Studio or indeed the default code editor that comes when you download Python idle. So before we get into the nuts and bolts of this lesson, let's take a brief moment to discuss Python functions. So the chances are, if you've been using Python for a little while, or you are new to Python but have done some code yourself, you've already used a few functions, such as the print command. These are called Python's built-in functions. But Python also lets you define your own functions. So what exactly is a function? Well, it's a command that you enter into Python to do something. It's a little piece of self-contained code that takes data, works on it, or performs a calculation, or something of that sort, and then returns the result. Functions can do all sorts of things, such as sort data, change items from one format to another, and check the length or type of items. So as you can see here in this program, functions start at line 5 with the word def. And that's how you define a function. So the name of this function here at line 5 is the add function, def add. So a function is usually defined with the keyword def followed by a short word that's followed by brackets. In this function at line 5, we're going to pass it two variables, x and y. Those variables, as we'll see, will be defined in a few minutes. Now, let's step through our code now that we've discussed functions. At line 1 here, we start off with a comment. So comments in Python are ignored when you run your code, which means that the content of a comment is not output to the screen. How is a comment defined? With the hash symbol here. So we have a comment, and that comment is telling us what the code below is doing. So it's always a good idea to comment your code. So next on line 2 we have the print statement, which as we've learned is a Python built-in function. And this print statement is going to give us a little bit of a heading for our calculator, so Python calculator. Next on line 4 we have another comment which tells us our first function, function 1, adds two numbers and returns the result. Now at line 5 we define our function, which is called add. So usually you define a function with the keyword def followed by the name of the function, followed by brackets, and then a colon. Don't forget to use the colon. That is a common beginner's mistake, and if you do, you'll get an error when you run your code. How do you know if you forget your colon? Usually when you do, as you can see here, the next line after the function is always indented. If you forget the colon, this line here won't be indented. It'll be like that. Now, so at line 5 we have a function which takes two variables, x and y. Then we want to return the result of x plus y. At line 8 we have another comment which tells us that our function below will subtract one number from another and return the result. And as I look at that there now, I see a typo, subtract. There we go. At line 9, another function called subtract, and this function as well takes two variables, x and y, closed off with the colon. The next line, return x minus y. So return the result of x minus y. Next at line 12, another comment telling us what function tree directly below does. And function tree will multiply two numbers together and return the result. Again, our function is created or defined with the keyword def. The function is called multiply, and it takes two variables, x and y. The line directly below the function at line 14 returns the result of x times y. And our final function of this program at line 16, or 17 I should say, 16 is the comment. So the comment tells us that function 4 will divide one number by another and return the result. So as above, our divide function takes two variables, x and y. It will then return the result of x divided by y. After we create our four functions, we start in to our user menu. So as you can see here at line 20, the comment says create a user menu to select a calculation to perform. At line 21 through to line 25, we have several print statements, each one instructing the user what to do. So the first print statement says select the calculation. So hopefully you're familiar with print statements and what they do, which is basically output information to the screen or to the user or to the display. And within the print statement here, we have a string. Now, if you're not familiar with any of this, take a look at my beginner's Python course. So the string here in the first print statement at line 21 instructs the user to select a calculation. At the end here, after the colon, we have \n, which generates a new line. The next print statement at line 22, in the string, 1.add. So this is going to create a menu. So select number 1 to have the calculator perform the add action, number 2 to perform the subtract action, number 3 to perform the multiply action, and number 4 to divide. At line 27, our comment tells us that we're going to create a variable and assign it the number entered by the user. So what's our variable called? Well, our variable here is called choice, and we're going to assign to this variable the number that a user enters. So if a user wants to add, they'll select number 1. If the user wants to subtract, they'll select number 2, and so on. So again, hopefully you're familiar with variables. If not, have a Google around or do take a look at my beginner's Python course, which you can find on Moonshot.ie. Now, so when this variable is run, or when this line of code is run, I should say, the user is going to see enter calculation number. What do you want to do? We then have 2 more variables which will assign the integers. So we ask the user what they want to do. They want to add, subtract, multiply, divide. But what numbers do they want to perform these actions on? So the user has to provide 2 numbers to add, 2 numbers to subtract, and so on. So we have number 1, input, enter the first number, number 2, or I should say num2, so variable, which we've called num2, input the second number. Now, what is this text here, int? When a user enters in the number here at 31 and 32, when they enter in the number, it'll be a string. By prefixing int here, it will convert that string to an integer so Python can perform the calculations. Python cannot add 2 strings together. It can only add numbers together, integers or floats. At line 34, we have an if statement. What is this if statement doing? Well, basically what it's saying is that if the user has chosen number 1, so entered number 1, which is the addition function, do the following. Print num1 plus num2 equals, and then it's calling the add function and it's passing in the numbers entered by the user as x and y. So that can be a little bit confusing, so let's go over it again. So if the choice of the user is 1, which is the add function, print out the following. So print number 1 to screen, which is the number entered by the user. So let's say they want to add the digit 2, print out the symbol plus, and print out the second number entered by the user. Print out the equal symbol, and then call the add function, and to the add function, pass in num1, num2, which have been entered by the user. We then proceed in this fashion with an elif statement. So if elif, so if the user hasn't chosen number 1, but they've chosen number 2, call the subtract function. Else if the user selects number 3, perform or call the multiplication function. Then if the user has selected number 4, call the divide function. So as you can see here, choice followed by 2 equal symbols means the same as. So if the choice is 3, if the choice is 4, if the choice is 2, if the choice is 1. So 2 equal symbols means the same as. Finally down here, we have an else statement which tells the user that if they enter in anything else other than 1, 2, 3, or 4, print out invalid input. So, as with everything in Python or computer programming, it's easier and better understood when we run it. So let's take a look. Our Python calculator text prints out from line, where's that? Here we go, all the way back up to line 2. Print. Select calculation. You can see that here at line 21. Print select calculation. Again, \n prints out a new line. We then follow that new line by our menu, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the actions associated with them. Then we're asking the user to enter in what they want to do. So I want to add two numbers together. I enter in 1. Enter the first number. Let's add 2. Enter the second number and 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. So again, if I take what I've just done here and I go back up to the code starting at line 34. So if the choice of the user is 1, print out the following: num1 and num2, which we have here. Just down the bottom left, 2 plus 2 equals 4. So how does the 4 come about? We're calling the add function here. The add function starts at line 5. And to the add function, we're passing in num1, which was given to us by the user, num2, again given to us by the user. These two numbers are passed in as x and y to the add function, and then the add function returns x plus y. So again, might sound a little bit complicated, but it's easy enough understood when you start running the program. Let's run it again. Let's do multiplication, which is number 3. So I want to multiply 4 times 5, 20. Perfect. Okay guys, that's it for this short project. If you have any questions, please do leave them in the comments. Let me know what you think, or if you have any problems or questions. If any of this was unclear, you can have a Google around for what are variables, what are if statements, what are functions, etc. and so on, and any other new concepts in this project. Or else check out my Beginner's Python course. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next project.